Hey everyone, welcome to Warren, Massachusetts and Commons Pond Road. This is where I live, and also this is the access road to Commons Pond where Molly Bish was abducted 19 years ago. I'm going to take you on a brief trip up to the pond. I'm going to show you the trails where the police dogs lost her scent to the access to the cemetery, where they believe that's where the car was parked to where she was abducted. If you take a quick look over this way, I'm gonna turn around here. The car wash that is behind me, this is where folks were saying that they saw a white vehicle parked in that car wash the day that she was later abducted. So we're going to go ahead and head up the street and show you where the other parts of where she was missing. Okay, we are heading up Commons Pond Road. This is the access road up to the pond. This is the only way in and the only way out. And here on the right, you'll see my house. And we are approximately a quarter mile from the pond. So as you can see, this is the parking lot coming up the road to the pond, and that is the last house in the area. And as you can see, there is no way that anybody could see towards the beach who it might have taken Molly. And this is the parking lot, and we're gonna take a 360 around and walk on up to the pond. Off here to the left, we have the maintenance area, maintenance building. And once we walk up to the beach, you'll notice that there really was no way that anybody saw anything going on. So we'll take a walk on up to the beach here. This is the only path to access to the beach. As we walk to the beach, you'll see that the only thing that you're going to see is the rooftop of that building. And there's the beach where Molly was the lifeguard. It's pretty tucked back, and really there was no way that anybody saw or heard anything. You can see that it is very quiet, very isolated, and just there's hills all around here, and there's no way that anybody could have heard Molly yell for help if that's what she was doing. Now, based off the pictures that we had seen, this is pretty much the area where Molly might have had her lifeguard chair, her belongings, and everything like that set up when she was abducted. Right in this area is where her chair was and her open first aid kit. I'll do a 360 around. As I said earlier, the only thing you can see is the top of the roof from that maintenance building. So, and then also as you look around, there was no way that anybody saw or heard anything from that day back in June of 2000. So the speculation was, or at least the assumptions that the police were putting together, was that somebody came down and possibly said, hey, there was an injury, and Molly grabbed something out of her first aid kit and then just walked her up this hill up to the cemetery where the police dogs lost the scent of Molly. The town and the police, they searched the entire area around the pond, and the dogs never picked up any kind of scent of her as you go around the perimeter of this area. They only walked straight up to the cemetery here. So as you can see, it's fairly steep, and We don't know how she could have been subdued. More than likely, as we were thinking, is that somebody might have had her at gunpoint and walked her up the hill and told her to be quiet. And this is a fairly steep walk here. And walking up out of the beach access here, this is the trail that runs right behind the beach from the walking path. Looking down, you can't even really see the beach from here. It was a pretty steep walk. So we're gonna head on up the trail. This is the exact trail where the dogs picked up Molly's scent and led police to the cemetery. Here we are at the edge of the woods, and this is the possible spot where the car was waiting that led Molly away. Again, this is a really steep hill. It is tucked way in the back of the St. Peter's cemetery, St. Paul cemetery. Now it's believed that the police have said